Right now at 6, the Carthage City Council meets for a second night in a row to discuss impeaching the mayor.
Scattered showers and thunderstorms going up across the 4 states this morning. More expected today. Some of those could be strong, maybe low-grade severe. We'll have a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, an update on the residents of a Pittsburgh apartment building with a broken elevator.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. So no alert day today, but another round of strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms possible. We're already seeing those flaring up. In the last hour or so, a number of thunderstorms have spiked up. They're not strong, they're not severe at this point, but that could change as the morning progresses. Let's start with a look at the Skywatch storm trackers. We're keeping an eye. Take a look at thunderstorm complex now stretching up into Labette County, parts of southern Montgomery County, northern Nevada, and Washington counties out there. All of this activity, even stretching back into Oklahoma, has flared up just within the last hour across the area. And the National Weather Service, or the Storm Prediction Center office in Norman, is monitoring portions of Oklahoma, which could include our counties up in northeast Oklahoma, for a potential severe thunderstorm watch within the next hour or so. And then take a look even into Cherokee County now. We've got a couple of little showers going up out there. So let's start with this activity. Some lightning. You can see some intensification with this cell just to the west of Coffeyville. Coffeyville, you're already getting in on one part of the thunderstorm. And then take a look at these little showers. They're not anything impressive yet, but we were just looking on our camera from 7th and Rangeline and the camera we have here on top of the station. And we've got some pretty good thunderheads flaring up with these. So these storms are good. These little cells are going up. They'll probably start thundering here before too much longer. And this all stretches back down into parts of central Oklahoma, almost paralleling the I-44 corridor, and you can see where that stretches back. But look at all that activity and how quickly it flares up out there. So again, it's not strong, it is not severe at this point, but it has that potential. So we're going to keep a very close eye on all of that activity, as we do have a risk for some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms today across mainly our southern counties out there, almost paralleling the I-44 corridor and points south. We have an elevated risk for severe weather across the entire region tomorrow. This looks to be the better opportunities for severe storms tomorrow. Looks to be after 4. And then Friday, another round of strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms. And we've got another potential round of severe weather late Saturday into Sunday morning out there. So we are not quite done yet with these thunderstorms. We're sitting at 59 in Joplin, 58 in Pittsburgh, so we're cooler, about 15 degrees cooler than yesterday, but we're a lot closer to normal out there thanks to that cold front. Temperatures upper 50s, a little further to the north and east, and as you slide south and west, temperatures warming into the low 60s out there. So with these thunderstorms developing, if you're north of them right now, you're not seeing anything. So again, say Chanute, Parsons, you may be seeing some lightning off in the distance, but you're not seeing anything overhead. Yates Center, you're dry. Pittsburgh, you're currently dry. Not everyone's going to see storms and showers today or even through the morning. We're looking at some isolated scattered showers and storms out there when the kids get on the bus. 59, northeast breeze 5 to 10. When that bus brings them home, we're going to see a few more scattered showers and storms out there. But again, not everybody will see rain, and we'll be about 70. North breeze 5 to 10. Highs today a little below average, low to mid 70s. And again, scattered showers and storms as we go through the day. We'll have a little lull in activity this evening ahead of more storms late tonight. We'll break down all the details on these storms. And of course, keep an eye on what's developing right now and have more in the full forecast here in a few more minutes. Elise?
Chris, thanks. The Kansas governor's office offers a reward for information concerning a double homicide in rural Labette County. Authorities have been investigating the murders of 39-year-old Jason Bacon and 43-year-old Linda Pound of Mound Valley, Kansas, since their bodies were discovered in October of 2022. Governor Kelly issued an executive order offering a $5,000 reward to anyone who has information that would lead to an arrest and conviction for the murders. Anyone with information is asked to contact the KBI or the Labette County Sheriff's Office. And to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Carthage Schools introduces their new transportation director. Ryan Huntley brings the experience of 24 years of service at the Carthage Fire Department to his new role. Huntley begins his new career on June 24th. The Carthage City last night met for the second consecutive day to discuss the impeachment and possible removal of Mayor Dan Rife. Last night's meeting started with the council finalizing the schedule for the mayor's impeachment hearing. It will run from June 4th to the 6th. The council then passed the first reading of an emergency ordinance to remove Mayor Rife from office. That ordinance will need to pass second and third readings at a future meeting.
That we're doing things right, and we also don't have a city attorney at this current time, and so I don't feel like that I have legal representation to ask counsel of that's unbiased, and I just feel like that's very important, and I would have liked to have seen us put the brakes on this tonight, and I'm very sad for our community.
The council's next scheduled meeting is set for next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Months after the elevator broke down at Pittsburgh's Stillwell Hotel, residents are still waiting for it to be fixed. According to the tenants of the 4-story building, the elevator has not been working since February. The building is operated by a nonprofit board. And in April, the city of Pittsburgh stepped in to help the Stillwell apartments repair the elevator. The city will temporarily pick up the cost, and the Stillwell will reimburse the city. According to the city manager, repairs are held up due to shipping delays of a new elevator motor.
It's not a fast-moving process for sure, but the motor's been ordered. I think when they started working on it, they found some other damage, so that's been worked on. And right now, we're just looking to get the final repair completed. We'll do a post-inspection, obviously, make sure that works out.
The estimated cost to fix the elevator is $30,000. Well, Big Brutus is celebrating its 50th retirement anniversary this year. The largest electric shovel in the world offers visitors the chance to travel back in time and dig into the history of mining. KOAM's Fernanda Silva has more.
The best job I've ever had.
And work with her hobby and loved every day of it.
These are some of the miners who worked at Big Brutus more than half a century ago. Their passion for their former workplace and co-workers, who they call family, is clear.
Every day you come to work, there was something different.
Once Big Brutus retired, they wanted to make sure new generations could enjoy the entertaining space.
There was a lot of interest in it, and people would come, tourists. There was always a lot of interest, even when we were operating. And the tourists would come and look at it, and you can climb all around it and everything. I want to see it build up and keep it going so my kids, their grandkids, great-grandkids can say, my granddad worked there, my grandpa did this, and I'll be dead gone, but they'll be talking about it.
For those who have never been at Big Brutus, just a quick reference to show you how big this machine is. I am a little bit over 5 foot tall, and this is how big it looks next to me.
The museum is also a place for retired miners to excavate into their memories.
You had all the weather to contend with. If it was a nice summer night, it was great, but if it was raining or snowing, it didn't matter. That machine had to keep moving.
It was a lot of responsibility for one thing, and I really enjoy moving dirt. I like playing in the dirt.
A feeling that never gets old. In West Mineral, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
The Big Brutus's annual fest will happen on June 1st from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. And that's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM Morning News. The NFL launched a new initiative that aims to help minority businesses get contracts with NFL teams. Plus, millions of Americans are still under the threat of severe storms today. And Chris Warner returns with another look at your Wednesday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. But first, here's a live look from Mercy Park in Joplin. And topping Nation Watch this morning, the NFL launched a new initiative that aims to help minority and women-owned businesses get contracts with NFL teams. The program is called NFL Source. It was announced during the league spring meeting in Nashville yesterday. NFL Source will encourage teams to reinvest in their communities by doing business with underrepresented populations. It will be mandatory for teams that host major events such as the Super Bowl and the NFL Draft and their organizing committees, but it will be optional for other contracts at the team level. Inflation has deflated much of the U.S., at least financially. Close to 2/3 of people polled say their livelihoods have dropped due to higher costs. That's according to a survey from the Federal Reserve, which also says about 1 out of every 6 adults weren't able to pay all their bills on a monthly basis. The report also states 65% say inflation has made their lives worse, with 19% claiming it is much worse. The 11th annual survey of household economics and decision making looks into numerous aspects of the economy, including income, employment, and childcare. Analysts say the U.S. economy has shown strength in some areas, including job growth and pay raises, but the past higher prices appear to still be playing a factor for some households. The Department of Homeland Security is warning artificial intelligence could offer enhanced opportunities to interfere in the 2024 election. In a recent bulletin to state and local officials, the DHS cited concerns about AI tools for creating fake video, audio, and other content. Those tools could be exploited by both foreign operatives and domestic extremists. The DHS says threat actors will likely try to use generative AI, which creates fake content to influence or sow discord during the election cycle. A large-scale attack on the election is less likely. Threat actors might instead try limited operations to create disruptions in key election battleground areas. Today, millions of Americans are under the threat of severe storms. Multiple people were killed in Iowa yesterday after tornadoes ripped through the state. In other parts of the Midwest, flash flooding stranded cars and ruined homes. CBS News' Jared Hill has more from New York.
That's a big tornado.
Severe storms spawned a deadly tornado outbreak in Iowa. Twisters took down large wind turbines, snapping some nearly in half, sparking a fire that sent black smoke billowing into the air. The town of Greenfield, about an hour west of the state's capital, Des Moines, is reeling after a tornado tore through homes and businesses.
This tornado has devastated a good portion of this town and community.
Iowa State Police say multiple people were killed and at least a dozen injured.
The Greenfield community has a long road ahead of them, but if their actions today are any indication of what lies ahead, they will emerge stronger and more united than ever.
Storms in Minnesota split trees while heavy rain flooded roads, leaving some cars stranded. In Nebraska, flash floods left streets, cornfields, and some homes submerged.
It was so much water.
Tracy Dunn in Omaha says she doesn't have anything left.
I lost everything. I got everything.
Now, as the storms move east, the National Weather Service is warning more communities will likely face heavy rain and possibly tornadoes. Jared Hill, CBS News.
According to a website that tracks power outages, tens of thousands of people in Iowa, as well as in neighboring Illinois and Wisconsin, were without power overnight. And that's a look at some of today's top national stories. Here's Chris with a look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got our own problems with the possibility of strong, potentially low-grade severe thunderstorms out there. Skywatch Storm Tracker is showing us this complex of thunderstorms that's developing across southeastern Kansas and northeastern Oklahoma, so it's something we'll keep an eye on. All of this flaring up within the last hour and a half out there, and it's continuing to push off to the northeast, but now give us that chance for showers and thunderstorms. We got beautiful look at the sunrise here from our camera 7th and Rangeline. I know we're looking back west, but the sunrise coming out over those clouds from those developing thunderstorms looks absolutely beautiful this morning. We're going to have scattered showers and thunderstorms through the day. We're going to be a little cooler out there too, as we're only going into the low 70s. We're going to have a full look at your forecast and break down these thunderstorm chances when the KOAM Morning News returns.
A set of triplets near Boston got a unique look back as they prepare to graduate high school. Their mother took them where their lives started to meet some of the people who helped them get where they are today. Danielle Coates has the story.
They beat all the odds.
Renata's 3 children are gearing up for high school graduation this week in Sharon. Triplets heading off to college in the summer. A milestone for what Renata calls her miracle babies.
With a lot of challenges, a lot of tears, sad moments, and of course happy moments.
18 years ago at Brigham and Women's Hospital, David, Gabriella, and Isabella were born premature at 32 weeks and 2 days. They spent nearly 2 months in the NICU, but thanks to the constant care of doctors and nurses, they were able to leave nearly 2 months later, happy and healthy. The high school seniors about to take their next big step, but beforehand, Renata wanted to do something special.
What about reuniting with NICU team just to show them very life journey began.
On Wednesday, the family went back to where it all began, meeting those nurses and doctors that cared for them around the clock.
Yeah, there were a few nurses that remembered us.
They actually remembered where we were in the hospital. They remembered our parents holding us and coming there every day to see us. We also got to see diapers of the size of a NICU babies that they were. We put on the shirts. We took a photo with the nurses that helped us.
The hospital gifted them goodie bags and shirts, calling them Brigham and Women's Hospital alums.
And it was just wonderful to see where we actually were in the same NICU beds that we were in.
All three told us they plan to go into the medical field like their mother, a nurse at Brigham.
Really inspired me to want to take the pre-med track, and just going back to the NICU, it validated that even more.
They hope to give back one day in the same way those nurses and doctors did 18 years ago.
Definitely endless thank yous.
They became very good people. I'm very proud and I'm very lucky.
All three siblings are heading to different schools, but the medical professionals they met for a second time are now offering to help them again in their careers. Now here's Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
And we've got some scattered showers and thunderstorms developing out there right now. We'll have another look at the forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. 6:22 now on this Wednesday morning. Taking a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. We've got a line of thunderstorms now stretching through northeastern Oklahoma into southeastern Kansas, and it kind of took the energy from the little showers that were trying to develop into Cherokee County. So let's take a look at this. It's now entering western Cherokee County, back through Labette, parts of Montgomery, Nowata counties and Washington counties out there, stretching further back. Again, no severe weather with this activity right now, but we are keeping a very close eye on it. There is a severe thunderstorm warning down in the Oklahoma City area, including the city of El Reno, with some hail and some gusty winds where that cluster has really intensified. But take a look over the last now hour and a half as these storms have just flared up across the area and are continuing to increase in coverage. It's because of that our friends out at the Storm Prediction Center in Norman are considering a possible severe thunderstorm watch, which would very likely stretch up into northeastern Oklahoma into our area. So we're going to keep a close eye on these storms as we go through the morning, because we do have that low end risk for some strong to low grade severe thunderstorms at least. Our tornado threat, no area is highlighted, so it's very low. Remember, with severe storms, it's never truly zero, but the chances of seeing a tornado today at this point are very low. Our greater concerns are going to be with some hail and damaging wind gusts across the area. As again, mainly in the southern two-thirds of our viewing area, southern half of our viewing area. Then we have that severe threat continuing tomorrow. It looks to be better chances. We'll have scattered storms out there on our Thursday, but the better chances for organized severe weather will come after about 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and into the evening and overnight. And then we have another low-end risk Friday for some strong, potentially severe storms, and that continues late Saturday into Sunday morning as well. So here's the future track at noon, picking up on some of those showers and storms out there. The future track may be a little off. These may be a little further to the east by the time we reach the noon hour, but it's also picking up on the possibility of some individual cells, maybe some potential supercell development as we head into the afternoon. That's why we do have that low end risk out there for some strong to low grade severe storms as we head into the afternoon. We could see a few of those out there along the I-44 corridor and point south. So we head into the evening, the majority of us are in the clear. We'll have a few isolated showers south of I-44, and then as we go into about the 11 o'clock midnight hour, we'll see additional thunderstorm development, mainly along and south of I-44. That'll leave us with a few isolated showers tomorrow morning, and then we'll see redevelopment of a few isolated showers, maybe a rumble of thunder through the morning and afternoon, with more organized thunderstorms rolling through after 4 o'clock tomorrow. And these will be scattered, but the ones we see could be strong to severe, and then they'll refire again around 11 o'clock midnight tomorrow into Friday morning. Those will be gone, and most of our Friday looks pretty good. And then we'll see additional development by mid-morning out there. And as we go from mid-morning into the early evening hours on our Friday, we could see some scattered showers and storms, and some of those again could be strong to severe. Take a look at some of these puffy cumulus clouds we're getting out there. That's from the shower, the little cell that was trying to get going over Cherokee County. But again, those storms off to the west kind of ate up its energy, but you can see how well it was doing initially. And that's what we got to keep an eye on out there. 59 in Joplin right now. The winds are calm. Temperatures around the region were cooler than yesterday, but closer to normal. Upper 50s, and as you head south and west, we start to get into the low 60s out there. As we get our morning started, again, we're going to have these scattered showers and storms for some of us. Not all of us will see rain. Again, if you're northwest of these storms right now, Chanute, Parsons, Yates Center, Fort Scott, you may not really see much of anything through the morning hours, but we'll keep an eye on it. 67 by 11. Highs today a little below normal, low to mid 70s out there. Warming back up as we head through the weekend. Again, those thunderstorm chances all the way through Monday. And then by Tuesday, look at that, 10 degrees below normal, upper 60s, but at least we'll get a little break from the shower and thunderstorm activity. That's checking your forecast. We're going to send it over to Elise with Health Watch.
Thanks, Chris. Well, a new study reminds doctors that artificial intelligence isn't perfect. Researchers at Duke University found an FDA-approved algorithm for screening mammograms was more likely to diagnose false positives for Black and older patients. The study's lead author suggests healthcare institutions understand their patient population and ask vendors about the diversity of the AI's data. Researchers with NYU, MIT, and Harvard tracked the cellular response of several recent transplants between people and other animal species in hopes of avoiding future organ rejection. They found genetically modified pig kidneys aren't immediately rejected by the body, but strong reactions from human immune cells could lead to failure over time. Scientists hope these details will lead to better engineered pig organs for future transplants. And many Americans believe they are not prepared to help someone in an emergency. A new poll from the Ohio State University finds 51% of adults say they would be able to perform hands-only CPR. 49% can help someone who is seriously bleeding, and 56% can stop someone from choking. According to the American Heart Association, immediate CPR for someone in cardiac arrest can double or triple their odds of survival. Now to look at some of today's top health stories, we'll be right back. Right now at 6:30, a Joplin bank looks to raise enough money for 1 million meals.
We've got a beautiful sunrise over the Joplin area. Out to the west, thunderstorms developing. We'll have a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
Plus, train lovers get a glimpse of a 1930 steam train rolling through our area. And we have where it's heading next.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 6:30. I'm Elise Snowy.
And I'm Chris Warner. So it is not an alert day today, but we do have that possibility of some additional strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms. And some of you out in southeast Kansas, northeast Oklahoma, dealing with thunderstorms already this morning. Let's take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker. There's those thunderstorms out there as they continue to develop and roll off progressively to the east. So again, an hour and a half ago at 5 a.m. when we came on the air, nothing was out there. These thunderstorms are getting their act together. Quite a bit of lightning starting to show up as well. And remember, whether the storm is strong or severe or not, lightning is still deadly. If you're heading out this morning, getting ready for the bus stop, you need to make sure that you are being careful out there and watching out for this. So let's get a closer look at this activity. I've got to adjust this a little further to the east now. We got a stronger cell outside of Bartlesville. It's not severe, not technically strong at this point, but it is continuing to intensify. All of this activity is. So Coffeyville, you're sandwiched in between two bouts of heavier rain out there. Oswego, you're getting in on it. Columbus, it is knocking on your back door. So here at the station, we are about to get some thunderstorm activity as well this morning. And again, look at this going back to just before 5 a.m., around 3 something, and then how quickly all of this flares up. There's one severe thunderstorm warning down around El Reno in the western sides of Oklahoma City. All of this again continuing to lift off to the northeast. And again, these storms, as they continue to increase in coverage and potentially in intensity, are why they're considering a severe thunderstorm watch in parts of Oklahoma. They may not issue that. A lot of it's going to depend on just how exactly these storms develop, but it is something they're keeping an eye on and something we're keeping an eye on. We do still have that low-end risk for some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms in the southern half of our area, right along and paralleling the I-44 corridor and points south. As we head into tomorrow, we have an elevated risk for strong, potentially severe thunderstorms across the entire area, again on Friday and then again Saturday night into Sunday. Quick look at temperatures, 59 in Joplin, 59 in Pittsburgh right now. Temperatures cooler than yesterday, about closer to normal. Upper 50s, and as you head further south and west, we start to get into the lower 60s out there. Kids getting on the bus. Again, some of us will have some showers, maybe some thunderstorms out there. 59, others will be dry. Northeast breeze around 5 to 10. A few more scattered showers and storms this afternoon. 70, north breeze 5 to 10. Temperatures a pinch below normal today. So we're going to go into the low to mid 70s and deal with those scattered storms through the morning and into the afternoon. And then we'll have a pause this evening ahead of more thunderstorm chances overnight tonight. We'll break down all those thunderstorm chances for you and what we're looking at heading into the weekend and the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
Lots to keep an eye on. Thanks, Chris. In honor of National Speech Language Hearing Month, the Oklahoma Department of Health wants to let new parents know they can get a free hearing screening for their newborns. There are currently 46 county health departments in the state that can assist with newborn hearing screenings, and you can find a link for them on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Community Blood Center of the Ozarks is hosting the Great Gas Card Giveaway Blood Drive. The rules are simple. Come into CBCO before this weekend, donate blood, and receive a mystery monetary gift up to $100. Also, 2 free tickets to an upcoming Springfield Cardinals baseball game. You can head over to KOAMnewsnow.com for times and locations. Harvest Bank is again trying to raise money to fund 1 million meals for local residents in need. The campaign is nearly over as it runs through the end of May. Donations to the campaign benefit 85 community food partners in Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas. Locally, those partners include Bright Futures in Joplin, Carl Junction, and Carthage, the Good Samaritan Shop in Lamar, the Monette Community Kitchen, and the Newton County Food Basket Brigade.
Favorite things to do with the bank. I love it. It's different from, our sales goals and helping customers on their banking needs. We take in donations to help the community. In Joplin, it goes to the Joplin Bright Futures.
Officials say every dollar raised provides 5 meals for hungry families. Well, Jake's Fireworks in Pittsburgh served as our latest stop on the Great American Flag Swap yesterday. People could bring in their old tattered flags and replace them with brand new ones courtesy of KOAM and Fox 14. The old flags will receive a proper disposal. Our next stop on the Great American Flag Swap will be at Harvest Bank on 32nd in Joplin on July 2nd.
Deserves to be treated with respect even when it's time to be retired. So I'm so thankful that KOAM offers a service so community members can exchange their worn out flags for a brand new one.
As mentioned, you can go to our website on KOAM News Now for the next dates on our Great American Flag Swap. Well, train lovers got a glimpse at history yesterday as the Empress 2816 steam locomotive rolled through our area for its final Spike Steam tour. The Empress stopped briefly in Pittsburgh to change crews. It's traveling down from Kansas City and will be en route to Shreveport, Louisiana. If you missed it yesterday, the Empress is scheduled to travel from Heavener, Oklahoma back to Kansas City on June 16th. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Teenage drivers are at a high risk for car accidents, but a new report identifies vehicles that can help keep drivers safe. And we're tracking thunderstorms for the next several days. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. But first, here's a live look from Mercy Park in Joplin. And Consumer Watch this morning. Memorial Day weekend signals the start of the summer driving season, which leads to an increase in accidents. Teenage drivers are at an especially high risk, but a new report identifies vehicles that can help keep young drivers safe. Christine Lazar reports.
A car crash can happen in seconds, and drivers ages 16 to 19 are nearly 4 times more likely to be in an accident than older drivers.
Teenagers are more likely to lose control of their vehicle or to be driving too fast for conditions or to make choices that an experienced driver wouldn't make, and that exposes them to risk.
Rebecca Wiest is a research scientist at the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety and says that's why it's important for young drivers to have a safe car. The IIHS teamed up with Consumer Reports to create a list of recommended used vehicles for teens. There are 58 to choose from, ranging in price from $5,800 to almost $20,000. All the cars made the grade in a variety of crash tests. Every vehicle also comes with automatic emergency braking.
We find that teenagers especially benefit from having these systems that can intervene in the event of an imminent crash.
Things parents should absolutely be looking for are the newest safety features.
Consumer Reports' Jennifer Stockberger says parents should steer clear of sports cars and extra large vehicles that can be hard to maneuver.
We talk a lot about the Goldilocks. These are the vehicles that aren't too fast, aren't too slow, aren't too big, actually aren't too small.
Used car prices skyrocketed during the pandemic, but here's some good news. A recent report showed prices are down nearly 7% from last year. Christine Lazar, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The report also offers a list of 22 new cars recommended for teen drivers that range in price from $23,000 to almost $40,000. The Biden administration says it will release 1 million barrels of gasoline from a Northeast reserve. The move is meant to lower prices at the pump. AAA says yesterday the nationwide average price of regular gasoline was $3.59 a gallon. That's up from $3.53 per gallon price a year ago. This all comes as AAA predicts that more than 38 million Americans will hit the roads this Memorial Day weekend. Nestle is cashing in on the weight loss drug craze. The company says it's launching a brand of smaller portioned, high-protein frozen meals specifically created for people taking drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy. The food line, called Vital Pursuit, will be rolled out later this year with a suggested retail price of $5 and under for some meals. And this airline is going to the dogs. Bark Air is set to take its maiden canine-friendly voyage tomorrow from New York to Los Angeles. One-way ticket prices for one dog and a human companion are $8,000 for an international flight, $6,000 domestic, with stops in New York, Los Angeles, and London regions. The company says it's looking to add more routes to other cities like Paris and Chicago. That's it for Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've got scattered showers and thunderstorms across the area. We've got one now rolling into Cherokee County, stretching through parts of Labette. Just a few showers, a couple of rumbles of thunder in Montgomery County, Newada County, Washington County. More of these storms, though, on the way. So they're going to take, like I said, I do need to adjust this. I apologize, but we're going to drag a little further east. So Columbus, you're getting in on it. It is just to the north of Baxter Springs, Riverton, Galena, Oswego. You are on the edge of this thunderstorm here. Coffeyville, more activity headed your way into Newada County, back into Washington County. Keeping an eye on this guy here, starting to maybe pick up a little bit more in intensity. And hail and wind are going to be the primary threats with any of these storms. But right now, they're not strong, nor are they severe at this point, but they all bear watching. We've got a new shower going up here on the west side of Miami. So let's put this into motion, and you can see over the last about hour and 45 minutes how quickly all of this activity has flared up, and it will continue to push off to the east-northeast. So eventually, Joplin, you'll be getting in on it. Basically, say from the border of Jasper Barton County, Bourbon, or Cherokee Crawford County, maybe that zone points south. Going to get in on some thunderstorm activity this morning. More thunderstorm chances on the way, though. We do have that low wind risk for some strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms in the southern half of our area. Tomorrow, we have an elevated risk across the entire area. This is going to be after 4 o'clock tomorrow for strong to severe thunderstorms. Friday, another low wind risk for strong to low-grade severe thunderstorms across the eastern two-thirds of our viewing area. And we'll have more severe weather chances as we head into our weekend. We're going to look at all that in full detail here in the forecast in just a moment. We're also going to celebrate birthdays and anniversaries right after this. But first, here's what's happening on CBS Mornings.
Hello to you. I'm Gail King. Coming right up on CBS Mornings, Avengers star Jeremy Renner talks with us about his miraculous recovery from his near-fatal snowplow accident and returning for a third season of his hit show, Mayor of Kingstown. That's coming right up on CBS Mornings.
All right, time for some Wednesday birthdays here in the 4 states, and we're going to begin with Max Strum celebrating birthday number 3. Says, "We love you, Mommy, Daddy, and Sissy."
And over in St. Paul, a happy 11th birthday to Daxon Burns. It says, have a great day. Love Papa Jim and Grandma Judy.
And in Parsons, Miley Mooney celebrating birthday 13. Welcome to the teen years. She says she'll be in the 8th grade at Service Valley Charter School.
And a happy birthday to Kate Swartz from Pittsburgh, turning 23 years old today. It says, love Judy and Frank.
And in Crestline, our neighbor to the south, Paul Duncan, celebrating birthday number 71, says he's the minister at Crestline Baptist Church. A very happy birthday, Paul.
Over in Joplin, a happy birthday to Gary Wells, turning 75 today. Happy birthday, Gary.
And our list continues with Dallas and Donna McCoy in Erie celebrating their 51st wedding anniversary. Talk about a milestone. A very happy anniversary to the McCoys.
And last but not least, Lisa Johnson from Thayers, turning 57 today. Happy birthday, Lisa.
All right, another fantastic list of birthdays and anniversaries in the 4 states. And of course, if you would like to celebrate with us, and who wouldn't, by the way, yes, Elise has the deets on what you need to know.
Yes, go ahead and submit your birthdays and anniversaries to birthdays@KOAMnewsnow.com. Be sure to include those photos and birthday messages. And while you're at it, be sure to include the day and the month of your birthday as well, and to meet the deadline at the bottom of your screen.
And that's important, not just the deadline, but the date of your birthday or anniversary, because sometimes if you're like me, you're very forgetful. You want to send them in early while it's on your mind, but if you don't tell us when they're supposed to air, we just kind of make the guess that it must be soon, so they may air weeks in advance. So just make sure you let us know when it's supposed to come on so we can celebrate at the right time. Let's start now with a look at what we've got going on out there this morning. Showers, thunderstorms flaring up across the area. Got a good thunderstorm now into Cherokee County, and again, lightning is deadly. It does not care if the storm is strong or severe. If there's lightning, it can be deadly, it can be dangerous. I know a lot of folks getting their day started, getting ready for school, heading out to the bus stop. You've got to be careful. Make sure you're taking some precautions. I can't emphasize enough how dangerous lightning can be. These thunderstorms stretching back from Cherokee County into Labette, parts of Montgomery, Newata counties, Washington counties. More storms on the way, and we have a new cell. A little thunder shower that's developing into Ottawa County now, and it's not as impressive as its neighbors, but it's in a zone where it could increase in intensity. Pittsburgh, you are just outside of some thunderstorm activity. You may even be hearing some of the thunder out there. Columbus, you're in the heart of it. Oswego, right on the edge, and this continues back again into Washington County. And take a look at the radar loop. This is over since 5 o'clock this morning is when all of this started, and I mean it almost started right at 5, maybe 5:01, and it flared up very quickly. Now, more intense storms around I-35 into the Oklahoma City metro area, a lot more lightning down there, but these storms continuing, a new storm intensifying around the Tulsa area as well, and these storms do have that potential to be strong to low-grade severe, and while there's been no new news, which is good, the Storm Prediction Center in Norman is still keeping an eye on this activity for a potential severe thunderstorm watch. At this point, they're expecting an, if they issue one, to maybe cut off right here into northeastern Oklahoma. But again, we got to keep an eye on these guys. They're not expected to get too out of hand, but they have that potential to be strong, low-grade severe. So our tornado risk today, no areas highlighted, so that makes it very low. Remember, with severe storms, it's not ever zero, but it's very low, which is good. We do have a low-end risk for some hail and some damaging wind gusts out there in the southern half of our viewing area. This is actually an improvement, though, from yesterday. Yesterday's outlooks for today had an elevated zone in our southern counties out there. That has been removed. Hopefully it stays that way, because that'll update again today. Technically at 8, we've seen it update a little earlier than that, sometimes a little later, so we'll keep an eye on if there's any changes to this. Tomorrow we have that elevated risk again for strong to severe thunderstorms across the entire area. Best chances after 4 o'clock tomorrow. And then we have a low-end risk on Friday as well for strong to low-grade severe storms. Then we'll have another risk for severe weather Saturday night into Sunday morning. Here's the future track showing a few of those scattered showers and thunderstorms out there as we head toward the noon hour. It's also picking up on the possibility of some stronger storms that could be supercellular in nature. Now, you can get supercells that don't necessarily get out of hand, but you can get them, and they can produce some hail and gusty winds. So we'll keep an eye on this activity as we head into the afternoon hours. After that, we'll have Isolated showers and storms south of I-44. Most of us dry through the evening. Around midnight, excuse me, more showers and storms flare up along and south of I-44. Then they leave us with just a few scattered showers Thursday morning. And then we'll have a few scattered showers and storms into the afternoon and through the morning hours. And then again, after 4 is when our next round of organized strong to severe thunderstorm activity will roll through before that clears out. And then by about 11 midnight, we have more showers and storms developing across the area heading into Friday morning. We'll have more on your forecast plus the news you need to know here in just a moment. And when we make the switch to Fox 14 at 7, you're going to see why a junk hauling company in Colorado has a passion to help the homeless in the city.
Here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. The Carthage City Council met for the second day in a row to discuss the impeachment and possible removal of Mayor Dan Rife. Last night's meeting started with the council finalizing the schedule for the mayor's impeachment hearing. The council then passed the first reading of an emergency ordinance to remove Mayor Rife from office. That ordinance will need to pass second and third readings at a future meeting. The council's next scheduled meeting is set for next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. The Kansas governor's office is offering a reward for information concerning a double homicide in rural Labette County. Authorities have been investigating the murders of 39-year-old Jason Bacon and 43-year-old Linda Pound of Mound Valley, Kansas, since their bodies were discovered on October 2022. Anyone with information is asked to contact the KBI or the Labette County Sheriff's Office. The Oklahoma Department of Health wants to let new parents know they can get a free hearing screening for their newborns. 46 county health departments in this state can assist with newborn hearing screenings, and you can find a link for them on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. And that's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door.
And we've got those scattered showers and thunderstorms out there this morning, at risk for some strong to low-grade severe storms as we head through the day. Not everybody will see rain today, but those that do could see some stronger storms here and there. We're also a little cooler, a pinch below average, highs only into the low to mid 70s. We'll have a pause in activity, maybe a few showers here and there south of I-44 through the evening. Thunderstorms fire back up around midnight tonight. We'll go back into the low 60s. We'll start our Thursday with a few showers here and there, some scattered storms as we head through the morning hours, and then after 4, we've got another chance for strong to severe thunderstorms. Strong to low-grade severe storms once again for us on Friday, and strong to severe thunderstorms late Saturday into Sunday morning, so Mother Nature not letting go just yet.
It doesn't seem like it. All right, thanks, Chris. Coming up today at noon, we're making Strawberry Betty in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
And your morning news continues on KOAM right here with CBS Mornings.
Or you can switch on over with us on Fox 14, where your only local morning news continues. This morning, we'll see how one app can teach your kids about money.
Plus, Will Morris joining us in the studio for another Wildcat Wednesday. However, that's going to wrap it up for us for now. Again, we're continuing to track these thunderstorms out there. We're live on Fox at 7 a.m., so if you want to keep up with them, just switch over with us. And we'll be back here tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.
And we'll see you.